Alright, so here today we're back with Uma Musume. We are talking about support cards, a very, very big part of the game, the main part of the game, really. When it comes to using your support cards, building your characters, this is an integral part of it. And today I wanted to talk about the best support cards. For a reason, I'm going to be specifically breaking it down into each category, one being speed, and then the rest obviously coming soon after. For right now, though, I wanted to put more time into speed, and then dedicate my time to each one as best as I possibly can to get all the information correct, and bring it to you in a nice, precise way. So, if this video does do well, or if players do want to see more of this, I am more than happy to, again, keep going, and go through each of the categories, breaking down each one, and showing you the best cards per category. For right now, though, new to the channel, like and subscribe, it helps out a ton. Truly want to say thank you all for 5.1k subscribers. Huge milestone, so thank you all. We cracked like 150 subs in like one day, so thank you so much. On top of that, again, I did promise winners for giveaways, so again, I'm going to do another winner next video. Please be subscribed. Comment down below carrot if you want to enter in. Pretty simple. Again, thank you for all the support. You're the best. So here's where we're going to begin. We're going to talk about every support card currently in the game, starting as of today. Pretty much 7/12, every card in the game we are talking about. That consists of these cards over here. We're talking about Silence over here, Tokai, Gold City, Sakura, Flower. We're picking up Pegasus, obviously. We're talking about the 3 SRs over here, Flash, Narita, and King Halo. We won't do too much talking about our cards. Our cards are great. They're obviously cards that are going to get duped quicker than every other card in the game. And having an R duped versus a singular SR, potentially even SSR, sometimes the R card could come clutch. So don't forget that is the case there. But again, we're not going to spend too much time on these. We're mainly focusing full send, SSR, SR. Then again, over here, Special Week, Sweep, Tosho. And we also have Twin Turbo. We're not counting Kiddas on Black because you know the TLDR on that one already. I don't think you need my full expertise on that one. You already got enough, I think. Enough of that one, all right? So we're strictly talking about the launch ones plus Twin Turbo and everything that's released up until this point today, pretty much, right? So in the speed category, there is a lot of options. Speed is a very, very important category. It also, again, does have the highest, right, use case because, again, speed is everything. You know that. You ran Sakura, farming that event to get a high score every single time. I know you did. Don't lie to me. So, when it comes to this one over here, let's establish a few points. First things first. A card like this, an SR card, automatically duped, is better than any SSR card in the game most of the time. That is how it works. If you, comparatively speaking, say, hey, I have SR so-and-so duped out, most of the time, you could say, okay, that SSR so-and-so is better than, let's say, SSR whatever, at 0. That's how that works. Duping is huge for the reasons of what you actually proc. You proc additional skills, you proc additional stats, you also proc additional benefits. It is always good to have a duped out SR. In this case, we only have really a very quick way to do this. We have 4 SRs in the game as of now. Let's open up each one. If they're pretty much grinding and playing through the game and seeing everything, there is a definitive answer of which is the best SR out of these options. You have King Halo, you have Narita, you have Flash, and you have Sweep Tosho. Who is number 1 if you're asking? It is, in fact, unequivocally, so again, we're talking max MLB in this case, because again, that's how it works. Most of the time, these are cards you're duping. You're gonna be duping these cards. If we're talking like baseline, yes, a different thing can be there. One stat could be proc later on, that's true. But at, like, let's say max MLB, Sweep Tosho is unequivocally the best card when it comes to speed in the game. This will rival, if you use this logic, this will rival your base what is it, 0 star or 0 MLB cards when it comes to SSRs. Why is this card good? What is the reasoning? Let's go through it. So first thing, NMAX, what are you procking? You are picking up increase the stat gains when training together 5%. That's already solid. Increase the probability of getting hints. So for like PvP, the ability to pick up extra skills per se, not bad. Friendship bonus, over here, increase the stats gained from friendship bonus rainbow training, which there's a reason why this is very good, especially for Sweep. Now, you also have specialty rate up. It increases the probability of getting assigned to specialty training category. Pretty much that intended, like basically connection with friendship bonus is very good because again, you're procking quicker the rainbow trainings, and then also this is occurring where it's again being specified in that training specifically, which is great. Mood bonus. 40% increase in the mood stat bonus when training together, solid. Starting bond up, also solid. And then over here, race bonus. This is a very important stat that I want you to know for the future. Race bonus is huge. Pretty much, it increases the stat and skill point gains after finishing a race. Some characters will give 15%, some characters give 10%, At a point, that is a very good stat that will continuously scale, and with more cards being put in the deck that have this, it feels good. Like, for example, sometimes you pick up stats, obviously, after a race. Now, imagine you're together amassing like 30%, 40% additional stats after every race, every time. There's no energy consumption, there's no nothing being applied, you're just getting an additional 40% stats every single freaking race. And there's a bunch of races you're partaking in most of the time. So again, that's why it's a very important stat, and especially for an SR card having 5%, it's pretty solid. Fan count also increased, which is okay, and then increased training again, which is nice, on top of what you had earlier being 5% over here. It's 10%, it's pretty nice. Skill point bonus as well, increases the skill point gain when training together. Pretty cool. What this character also has is a very good vent. First off, it has Lone Wolf. If your speed stat, it gets increased by 40 points pretty much, if there are no other girls that have Lone Wolf skill, which again is really good, unironically. And then this over here, you can get Charming very quickly with this character. Getting Charming pretty much allows you to, like, fast track your way through rainbow trainings and everything, and getting them quicker and burning it and pretty much getting more stats. This, like, renting this or using this or duping this, whatever, is a godsend thing to do because of how powerful this SR support card is. It is unequivocally one of the best SR support cards in the game, and I will stand to that fact. It is one of the best SR support cards. Truly, no doubt to that. Okay, that's where it stands. So if you're asking, hey, what is the best SR support card? I truly think this is definitely up there. Okay, now you have Flash, you have Narita, and you have King Halo. What I will say is each of these cards do something. They're not that they're all useless. There's no such thing as that. They all do something. But there is sort of a way to say, like, hey, which one is better and which one can I use? In my honest opinion, depending on the situation, the one that I've had more luck with, unironically, is Narita over here. For me, she was the better card. She does have, again, a lot of things going for her at max. What she does is the same thing over here, friendship bonus, the speciality training. She does have some mood, some starting bond up, hint level, hints rate up again for skills, increase your training stats by 10%, race bonus, fan count, mood bonus, speed up, and then over here, speed bonus. She does have Lone Wolf as well, with what she gives over here, and then she does have some events. You do just get skill points, and you get the bond up over here. You also get power, you get skill points, you get this, you get stamina and such. Comparatively speaking, again, farther than what Sweep Tosho is. She offers much more, obviously, as you've seen. These two things automatically aren't that good. For the most part, though, it has some chaser over here. It has some buffs, slightly recover some stamina in the middle leg, chaser during the opening and middle leg. If you're being blocked from the front lane, your lane movement speed will slightly increase, and your stamina will slightly recover. Got some good skills here. Definitely a solid card. I would say that on par, though, you could, like, argue these cards are on top of each other. Simply put, for the SR department, Sweep Tosho takes it, but King Halo does have good things as well. For example, again, she has similar hint rate up. She does have this over here again. She has rainbow training, friendship bonus. She has increased training, speciality rate up at 60, which is solid. Then when it comes to this over here, your speed stat is increased by 40, and starting at gate 6 to 8. Okay, conditional. Your power stat is increased by 40 with good track condition, which, yeah, that's actually, it's all right. Your guts stat is increased by 40 on cloudy days, so a gut stat, which is, over here you get a hint, and you also get bond, and you over here get mood, guts, yeah, so comparatively speaking, but you give over here top option, you give up 20 energy, you get speed, power, wisdom, and King Halo bond, or just guts. So you can clearly see King Halo's not a better one, but it still has something towards it. And then over here with Flash, again, comparatively speaking, this is still better than most SSRs at base. Them duped is still better than most SSRs at base. That's, again, the kind of thought process there. Specialty rate up, again, main stats, but it does have also, again, your random events over here. Hint, speed, yeah, you can clearly see, again, you do gain some energy over there, which is not bad. But for the most part, again, your gut stats, which is there, and then your stamina is increased by 40 in core distance races, multiples of 400 M. So comparatively speaking, not as good. All right, but beyond that, let's get into this. So now we talked about SR cards. I gave it to you. Honestly, in my opinion, it goes Sweep Tosho into Narita, and then I could say King Halo and Flash are on par. Those are, like, what I would say are, again, best SR cards. When it comes to SSR cards, now past this over here, pretty much those SR cards, they're all duped. Remember, you just got an SSR card that's duped. So theoretically, the best SSR card in the game, Special Week, confirmed. Why? because you duped it. You duped it over all of this. None of this is most likely duped for you, unless you're a beluga whale watching this video. But for most of you, this is what you actually duped. So with this card, automatically it is a must use because you're picking up additional stats that other cards don't have because you duped it. You have additional things over here. The skills for the most part aren't that bad. They're unironically pretty solid. Betweener, there is like a gut stat over here. You do pick up some other stuff over here as well. You get Big Eater, which is leader, recover stamina, and middle leg. So depending on the Uma you're running, this could be solid for you. The only thing is, like, the random events aren't the best. They give you guts. They also burn your energy a bit. So for example, this burns your energy. This gives you some plus energy. This just burns your energy regardless of what you do, which sucks horrifically. And then over here, this one does give you some energy. So depending on the event you get, yeah, it's a bit of a rough one, but still, it's a very good card, and it's the best card because it's duped. Dupes matter. Don't let anybody ever tell you, like, hey, the dupes don't matter. A duped out art card is sometimes better than a SSR card too. Just remember that, right? And there are a lot of great duped art cards. Silent Suzuka, Maru Zenskai. I still don't know how to say these names here. And then there's another one too, which is Biko's R card. Those are all great cards. If those are max dupe for you, just use them. And then again, you have this, and then you have any of the SRs, whether it be King Halo. Still, she doesn't have a race bonus, right? Remember, a big tip. Please write this down and etch this into your hand. 35% race bonus is the prime sweet spot because you get a boost, right? 30% race bonus doesn't give you that much. 35% race bonus gives you the most because the biggest boost happens between 30% and 35%. So remember, like for example, she has race bonus 5%. There's a 6 card limit, obviously speaking. How you progress things is how you do things, but you want to aim around 35%. So for example, running a card like, I think, is it Tokai that doesn't have it? So Tokai has 10%, so running 10% cards are great. There's a card that doesn't have it. Nishino has it as well, right? She has 5%. So there are some cards here that don't have a percentage. Plan accordingly. Try to aim for 35% because your stats increase a lot more versus 30%. So remember that. 35% race bonus is a very good sweet spot. That's what you want to hit. This is saying, I'm going to say, like, at least they're partially duped or getting duped. Pretty much, again, SSR cards at base aren't the best. They aren't, okay? So how it works is when you come to these SSR cards, the best ones in the game are simple. Let's go over it. One card that I hate more than anything, let's make this clear, is Gold City. Don't ever come to me and say Gold City is goated. I hate Gold City, okay? I could never, like, see anybody say it. I have a duped out Gold City, and I hate every second of having the duped out Gold City. What I will say is one of the best cards is Sakura, 100% unequivocally. If I were to say there currently what is the best card in the game when it comes to speed, it is Sakura. 1 billion% over. And again, why is that? 10% rainbow training, 15% bond gauge at the start of training is increased. That's fine. Friendship bonus, another 20%, so 30% total of friendship training. You get a 10% race bonus. A very sexy stat, a very sexy stat. And I would say also at base, that 5% race bonus is still a good amount. That's at base over here, which is super nice to have that. Fan count, which is fine. Mood bonus just helps that stat go up there. Bond, fine. Speciality rate up for training when it gets assigned is actually really good. Initial speed over here, increased training together, which is also nice, and then some speed boosts. She has really good short boosts. The only thing is, in some instances, you might not be using too much short right now. That's the only thing, but after a little bit, you will see this card do very good. But again, in short is where it's at for her. She's really, really good at that. Over here, you do have some decent things. So you get speed, you get power, the bond up, speed, you get some things over there. You also pick up on this one, hint, and then over here you pick up just some bond. You do lose 10 energy on this run, which it gives you 10 speed, 5 power, and some bond over there. Which is fine. There are some of the things like this over here as mainly speed stats you're getting upgraded. So for the most part, when it comes to a speed card like this, probably one of the better ones in the game. The only lacking thing is it's short. So depending on how the run is going, depending on what you need to build, short is what she's going to be able to provide for you, pretty much. Beyond that, Pegasus, 100% a damn good card, and I would say sort of like on par or a little bit behind of where Sakura is, but Pegasus is a 10 out of 10 card on top of that. Again, wondering what she provides over here. This is all the stuff. Again, depending on how many dupes you have, it makes a difference, right? I would say that both of these cards get really good after 1 or 2 dupes. I would say 2 dupes is like the sweet spot, so 1 and then 2 dupes is obviously where you would go. But again, for the most part, if you're building a deck, it's a lot of the time you have SRs quicker and much quicker built, so those might just be the ones that you need to use. But in this case, again, what you're going for here is the increased training stat, the probability of being assigned to, say, what is it, the specialty, friendship bonus. It does have increased training as well. It has race bonus, the same thing. Speciality rate up, starting bond and everything there. You pick up a speed stat increased if you're 6 to 8, which again, you know, when that happens. You do have a lot of short buffs over here, but you get mile buffs as well. So again, a bit of both in this world here. So again, that can help you, comparatively speaking. You do get energy bond, get energy over there. You also get energy 30. So as you can see, when you hit some of these random events, you will pick up some decent stuff. And then again, if it's chain, you're picking up speed and guts, by the way, and then power too. So the only thing is guts is there, but relatively speaking, the payback of 30 energy is pretty sexy. From this point onwards, what would you talk about as like more like solid cards? So pretty much we already crossed off Sakura, really good. Pegasus, really freaking good. From this point, so again, we're already in a pretty decent area. There's a hot take here, which a lot of you will disagree with or agree with, depends. There's Silent Suzuka, and then there's Tokai. The other ones we'll talk about later because I don't really like them. These two are cards that exist, okay? What I will say is, to a degree, Silence is better when less dupes are applied to her, actually. Comparatively speaking to most of the cards in this list, she is better because of that. The only issue like she really picks up is later on, right? Like theoretically speaking, that like, hey, you know, she doesn't really like power creep the other ones at her max, but at a lower dupe, like at even one dupe, at even two dupes, she is far better than most of them. So you could say that this is one of the better cards, lower dupes, right? But when you do max her, she is, I think, higher than what Tokai is. Tokai has a lot to offer as well. There's no difference there. But I think that in the situation of you trying to build more of a power or more of a heavy statted Uma, this is the character to go for. But again, mood, probably hints over here, friendship bonus, 65 speciality rate up when maxed out, which is really good. And at just base, it's already, right, it's already 26. And then, sorry, well, at base, it's already 50. And then from that point, it only goes to 65. So you kind of see why it's like that. But mood bonus, starting gauge, race bonus, 5% only though. So if that was up there, geez, man, it would be crazy. Initial speed up, fan count, and skill bonus. You do get this over here, runner. Your FOV is slightly increased, and your wisdom stat is increased by 40. So you just get a raw wisdom increase, which is, again, if you're not like full sending wit, that's not bad, unironically. You get some runner ones over here, which are pretty, and again, some of these are really pretty decent buffs. You do get the runner one over here, a gold skill. At a random point in the final corner, if you're in the lead, your acceleration will increase. So depending on that, it will increase, which is solid. Speed, stamina, speed, more bond, hint, bond, speed, stamina, wisdom. So for the random events too, not half bad. Definitely a good one. The only reason, you know, you could say Tokai loses is because she doesn't really, like, she has a higher race bonus, so you'll be like, oh my god, she's better. She has 35 speciality bonus, and then she doesn't have anything else. So that's the only rate up she has. But she has, again, 65 at max. 65. She's at max 35 at 50. And imagine she's 25 there, so you're losing a bit there. 10%, 20 over here for the initial. Friendship bonus is still solid, and hint rate up for, again, PvP and such. Still, there is, again, things that go for there. She does have good skills, though, for a leader, too. She does have solid skills, so that's kind of there. Gust of Wind at a random point on a random straight, your acceleration will increase. Over here, you have Guts, which is oof. And then you have Mood, Guts. So, yeah, her random events aren't that good. Yeah, you have skill points up over here. You have Bond. You have Mood plus. And then this over here is Energy, Energy, Energy. So that's the, I guess, trade-off. Your chain events have Energy, but this has Guts in it, so 15 Guts and then Bond, which, yeah, that would be the more problematic one. So, yeah, that's why I think that Silence is a little bit better, too. So that literally proved my point to a degree. That's why I think she's better. Now, past this point, which one would you go? I would say that, like, if you, nothing I've listed here is so far good for you. I don't know, man. I would just think SR. I don't even try SSR. But if you want to get into the SSR ones, Gold City does have okay things, but, you know, there also is Twin Turbo. And unironically, Twin Turbo can be better. Like, genuinely can be better. And then there's Flower, and that's pretty much it, right? That's the entire thing.